At Staples Business Advantage, our team of experts can help you find the breakroom products to satisfy everyone's preferences, while AI can
suggest popular items, monitor stock levels, optimize pricing, and automate reordering.
AI can do a lot of things.
But I can never know the taste of a truly great cup of coffee. Sigh.
But you also can't get hangry.
This is true.
At Staples Business Advantage, we help you select from 2,000 breakroom products, so you can be sure there's something for everyone.
Yum. Sign up today and save 20%.
Staples Business Advantage.
Business is
human.
This is a Stocks for Beginners quick tip. Essential lessons. Questions answered.
Codie Sanchez is the founder of Contrarian Thinking. In this quick tip, she talks about diversified income streams and what it means to think like the ocean.
I talk about that when I talk about multiple revenue streams. One of my favorite partners, actually, who was the CEO of one of the other firms that I worked with before I sold out, he used to say, think like an ocean and have a vastness of rivers of revenue running to your ocean, so you eventually have a big pool to work from. And so what most people do is we have one income line, right? So we have what's called vertical income. We have income that comes to us from our salary, which is fine. But what you really want to start doing is have rivulets that come off of that one vertical income stream that help you accumulate in the bottom into this big ocean. And so that's what I call diversified income, and what one of my mentors, David Osborne, calls horizontal income. So those are income streams that come to you even when you're not actively working on them. So how much money do you make when you're not actually in the moment working on something? And once you start thinking about it in these bifurcated ways, okay, one, do I only have one line of revenue? So do I just have one river, or do I have multiple little rivers or multiple rivulets that lead to my big eventual pool that I want? Or alternatively, you could say, do I have a lot of income streams that run downstream like a river does that requires me to be a part of it, as opposed to income streams that are stacked horizontally? I don't have to be involved. They can just continue to profit while I sit absently by. And that is the real holy grail, and tough to get when you don't understand what you're looking for.
So what are some practical tips to identify and find some of those streams coming into your ocean?
Yeah, well, I wrote one piece that I think is relatively useful. I think it's pinned at the top of contrarianthinking.substack.com, which is like 29 ways to get passive income. And essentially, I think with the internet today, the most impactful thing you could do is I challenge most people to start with making $1 on the internet. And once you've realized that you can make money on the internet, kind of this whole vortex opens up and you realize the infinite nature of it. I started out with building that one revenue line for myself, and it was with info products. So there's a site called Gumroad, and this allows you to upload your educational material on whatever subject you could be. It could be knitting, it could be woodworking, and you upload your sort of, let's call it video series on it, or you could upload a PowerPoint that explains it, or a guide, or resources, whatever the case may be, a toolkit, and you resell that. And so this is the Jack Boucher create once and sell continuously model. And so I think that's one of the easiest ways to start. Cheap, free to enter, no barriers to entry, not probably a huge return or ROI for you because you may not have an audience. But that's one way to start. And then, I like to think about investment vehicles as passive income streams. So, I invest in multifamily real estate, which I think people should understand. I invest in, leveraged loan portfolios, which is just fixed income or debt that has a higher return on them. I do that typically through fund structures, so those pay me out on a monthly basis. I invest in something called Fundrise, which Fundrise is just an app that allows you to invest in real estate, multifamily or apartment buildings, whatever the case may be, and you can do it really inexpensively, and then they'll pay you dividend checks. So all of those things are passive income that can come through to you without me having to do any work. And the more I can take money that I earn and turn it from vertical into horizontal income going forward, the less I am going to have to worry about my time only being allocated to feed my family and take care of us.
It's interesting that you say that about the find a dollar on the internet, make a dollar on the internet, because obviously there's a million ways of doing it, but I think people are put off by that idea. They want to sort of go and crack the big time straight away. They want to get in there and make thousands of dollars straight away. But it's a different mindset, isn't it? It's just starting to work out, okay, we're starting with a trickle and it's going to be a process to turn it into a rushing stream, isn't it?
Yes. The thing that I like to think about with income streams is it's just like investments. It compounds. So, the first time you put $1 in the stock market, you're probably not going to get $100 back immediately. But if you take that dollar and you add more dollars to it, and then you continue to invest, through dollar cost averaging on a consistent basis, and then you take the earnings that you have from investing in the stock market, the dividends, and you put them back in, you have a compounding effect, which means that your money starts working for you. And the same thing is true when you start earning on the internet or earning through pacified income streams. Your money starts compounding. So the first info product that you make, maybe you only make $50 on it, but that's $50 you didn't have before. And now you're learning a skill set, and that skill set allows your skills to compound and the money on the internet to compound. And so that's what I think people should really think about is how can I create a flywheel, which there's another article that kind of talks about how to create a flywheel on contrarian thinking that allows me to do multiple different small experiments and create a portfolio of small bets in order that I can have diversified income through lots of these experiments. And so maybe your first product is an info product. And then maybe the second product that you create is a paid newsletter. Maybe the third product you create is an event. But you use all of these different types of monetization efforts in order to create a flywheel, and they each sell more of each other. So if you have the event, and that's the third thing you create, you can sell your premium newsletter there. You can also sell your info product there. You can also sell people by getting them to engage with your social media. But if you have an event and you don't have any of those other monetization streams, then you really have one way to make money, which is maybe ticket sales.
If you found this podcast helpful, please tell a friend, especially if it's someone who needs to start thinking about investing for their future. You'll be helping them and helping me to keep this show on the road.
Stocks for Beginners is for information and educational purposes only. It isn't financial advice, and you shouldn't buy or sell any investments based on what you've heard here. Any opinion or commentary is the view of the speaker only, not Stocks for Beginners. This podcast doesn't replace professional advice regarding your personal financial needs, circumstances, or current situation.
And thank you for listening to my podcast.
At Staples Business Advantage, our team of experts can help you find the breakroom products to satisfy everyone's preferences, while AI can
Suggest popular items, monitor stock levels, optimize pricing, and automate reordering.
AI can do a lot of things.
But I can never know the taste of a truly great cup of coffee. Sigh.
But you also can't get hangry.
This is true.
Let Staples Business Advantage use today's latest innovations, plus our team's experience, to make stocking your team's breakroom easier for you.
Sign up today and save 20%.
Staples Business Advantage.
Business is
Human.